Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you being here. Let's talk about tech. Now, if I bring up tech to a lot of people, and particularly boomers, some of my friends, now I had an advantage, but I bring this up to a lot of friends, they just get paralyzed with fear. Technology scares them. And I completely understand that. We didn't come up with this stuff, right? This is relatively new for us baby boomers. But on the same token, this is what I always tell baby boomers. You didn't come up with driving also. And this is what I learned, I forget from somebody else. You didn't come up with driving. You didn't know how to drive when you were a little kid, but when you turned 16, you learned how to do it, right? Technology is no different. It's difficult. A lot of people don't understand it. They don't understand technology. Most boomers don't understand technology unless you work in it. First of all, I want to tell you again, like most of these videos, it's not your fault. You're not stupid. It's not a lack of intelligence. It's a change of the rules. The rules have changed with technology. Ever since the internet broke in like mid-90s, I remember, that's when it really came on the scene. Things have changed rapidly. Back in the day, I can remember when technology would change, we would update or double our intelligence with technology every 3 to 5 years. And as of a few years ago, it became every 6 months. And I don't know where it is now, but it's just so fast that most people can't keep up. Now, for me, I retired earlier this year. You'll see some of my earlier videos. I'm transitioning into retirement. And part of the reason is what I do is I still work part-time, but I do my performing and I don't do the online world. Why is that? Well, there's a reason for that, and it's because I don't want to keep up anymore. I don't want to learn new software. AI has changed the game. Artificial intelligence is coming on the scene, and it's just radically changing everything. You're going to see major disruption in just about every industry. It's allowing industries to automate things that humans used to do. So there's going to be a lot of change. Well, here's the deal. I didn't want to, be a part of that on a regular basis, on a consistent basis. So what I did was I transitioned out of it and looked, okay, what is my skill set that I can do part-time that won't be affected by AI? Believe it or not, that's something to consider. All right, so that's number one. Now, why does it feel so overwhelming? Why does technology feel so overwhelming to us? Well, first of all, it's not you. Technology is changing so fast that it's changing faster than our brain has time to adapt, especially being a boomer. As you know, as we get older, we learn. We can still learn, but we learn a little bit slower. Things are a little bit more tougher, but the brain adapts differently and doesn't adapt as quickly as the changes are taking place. It's constant updates and constant relearning, and that is one of the reasons why I transitioned out of what I was doing as a digital marketing consultant. And you have to understand too, the vast majority of software programs out there are designed for people who already know how the online world works. So you have to have at least a cursory, an introductory knowledge of technology to be able to, get in there and learn a new software program or learn a new platform, because it's set up for those that already know. All right. So what does this do? What does this technology do to us as baby boomers that we're feeling left behind? Well, it affects a number of things. It affects our self-confidence, it affects our independence, and it affects our social connection. Now, when the internet came on board and we got a lot of traction, you saw a lot of changes in society. People didn't get together. People don't get together as much anymore. Fraternal organizations and club memberships went way down, drastically down, because we're living in a connected world where we can get on FaceTime or Facebook and do lives or do live streaming, where we no longer interact face to face as much as we used to. Now we interact more online than anywhere. So that that has changed us in a major way. That's changed the way we live. That's changed the way how we work, how we live. Then the pandemic came, and you recognize that we used to go to an office to go to work, right? Or you may have gone to a certain place. If you had a regular 9 to 5 job, you went to a certain place where you worked, you had a structure, and now the pandemic came in and said, hey, you can work from home. And as long as you're staying productive, and after the pandemic was over, these companies, there are a lot of big brands you would know, things like Facebook, Google, Twitter, which is now X. They said, hey, we're going to keep this hybrid type of work. In other words, you can work part-time at home and part-time at the office. It's a hybrid thing, because we found out that your productivity does not suffer just because you work at home. So there's a lot of brands and companies and big ones that you know that have this hybrid thing. So that is another thing that has changed the game with technology and the way we work and live. Let's talk about the emotional side of technology. Emotional side is a whole nother. There's, with boomers, because we feel behind, because we don't know, there's shame and embarrassment that goes along with that, right? You think of, I should already know this. Well, let me tell you right now, you don't have to. No, you shouldn't already know this. For people in the information technology field, IT field, they're expected to know it. Boomers aren't, right? So get that shame and embarrassment. There's no need to be embarrassed about this at all. How about this one? Fear of making it worse. I used to kid my mother. My mother, God bless her, is 93 years old. And she can navigate the computer barely. We've had her on it for, a couple of decades now. But I used to tell her, just jokingly, I said, don't push this button, Mom, or smoke will come pouring out the back. And she knew she just, don't kid with me like that. And she knew I was kidding, but you really can't make any mistakes with it. You're not going to blow up your computer. You're not going to make anything worse. It's like anything else when you learn, it's trial and error. All right. So don't worry about breaking things. You have an identity shift. This is another emotional change that you go through with, the boomers go through with technology. You had expertise in certain areas, and now this is replaced by uncertainty. This computer and this technology stuff, boy, I'm behind the 8 ball, right? So it gives you a different sense of identity. It's like I'm on the outside looking in. Nah, it's okay. It's okay, because what I'm going to tell you here is you can learn. I'm going to give you a little hack that'll help you out here. If you don't listen to anything else in this video, this is worth you tuning into this. You want to reframe it. How you feel about technology and your lack of technology skills, or where you feel like you're falling behind, or you're not keeping up, or you just can't do it, right? Reframe it. It's normal. As a boomer, this is normal, not knowing technology. Unless you worked in it daily, it's normal. All right, reframe it. It's not a personal failure. All right, that's what I want to get across to you more than anything. It's not a personal failure. You're not behind. This stuff is confusing. A lot of it is confusing. A lot of it is hard to keep up with. A lot of it is difficult to navigate if you're not using it consistently or regularly. So give yourself a break there. What you have to understand is your brain's not declining. Well, yes, it is, right? As we age, it does decline, but technology is not doing it. All right, you're not declining because the world is accelerating. All right, like I said, our brains are not built to keep up, to adapt to this kind of change. It's just so rapid. So give yourself a break with that. Let's talk about just the strengths you already have. All right, so you don't know technology, you can learn. You already have problem-solving ability. You've had 60 plus years to develop your problem-solving ability. You've hopefully developed some patience. Now me, I'm a type A personality, bar none, bar nothing. I was always very impatient, but as I got older, and society will tell you, slow down, Tim, slow down. And I learned patience. I'm not always the most patient guy in the world, but I'm much more patient than I used to be. So that's a skill that we have: problem solving, patience, and we have perspective. We have experience. We have real world experience and perspective, right? So we can see the before and after. We can see the good and the bad, And with that experience, comes even more problem solving. And the last thing, tech plus wisdom equals superpower. All right. So if you learn this stuff, and I'm going to tell you how to do it, tech plus wisdom that you already have, just being on this planet, if you paid attention, you got a little wisdom up there, right? So let me give you a 4-step confidence booster. All right. It's a confidence method for technology, just for this, to help you navigate it and know that you're not behind and you're right where you're supposed to be. Okay. Number 1, slow the pace. If you notice a lot of videos, just say, take a pause, just check yourself, right? Break tech tasks into small wins. Don't try to learn an entire program, an entire software program, or an entire new platform in one day. All right, just break it down into small wins. All right, that's number 1. Number 2, only work on or learn the technology that's going to improve your life, right? Only work on the stuff that's going to serve you, that you want to learn and is going to help you out. Otherwise, there's just all kinds of software and stuff out there that is geared, kind of like Facebook. Facebook's geared to keep you scrolling and addicted, right? Most social platforms are. So just learn to use and learn what improves your life, all right? Number 3, and this is a big one. This is a big one for me, I know. So the third one is, and this is a really tough one for me, and it has been a tough one for my whole life, and I think it's just because of ego more than anything, but it is ask for help without apology. Don't be afraid to ask for help. I do that all the time. My roommate asks me all the time to help him with tech things. So don't be afraid to go to somebody that knows more than you do to ask for help. It's not something to be ashamed of. This stuff is complicated. It's not always easy to learn, but it can be learned. Stay curious. Don't treat it like a test. Don't treat technology like a test or something to be dreaded. Treat it like a puzzle. Treat it like a puzzle, something that you got to figure out. Make it a game if you have to. But just, don't stress yourself the saying that I have to do this, I have to do that. Just stay curious. Just stay curious, okay? So, let's conclude. You're not behind. You're not behind. You're not dumb. You started in another world. This world is foreign to us. This world of technology, last 25 years, I don't know about, it's just been a whirlwind. And for me, being in the online world, it's been tough to catch up, or to keep up, I should say. It's been very tough to keep up. So I can imagine with a typical baby boomer what it's like online. So be very patient with yourself. And remember that you adapted to everything else in your life, and you can adapt to this also. So do not go into victim mode. It's really easy to do, where you just throw up your hand and say, I give up. Nah, just take a day off and hit it again, but don't give up, because you adapted. And we are adaptable creatures. So it's going to frustrate you at times. It still does me. I just have to put it away for a while, or till the next day, and go. So just remember that courage is greater than perfection. You're not going to be perfect at it. Just go after it, one little small win at a time. If you like the content on this particular video, just do me a favor, hit subscribe to this, and even hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos. I try to do one a week and a couple of shorts. I'm going to give you a lot of information on how to navigate all this change that we're going through. So just remember, if nothing else, that resilience is not about age, it's about attitude. I'll see you in the next one.